We are just 3 weeks away from early voting in Georgia's May primary election.
And tonight, WSAV's Archit Seshadri talked to the Secretary of State about what's being done to keep the election secure. He has that story from our Georgia Capitol newsroom.
A new audit by Georgia's Secretary of State shows that more than 1,600 non-U.S. citizens tried to register to vote.
We identified it county by county. So we identified if it happened in Gordon County, Chatham County, it could have happened, down in Dougherty County, Fulton, DeKalb, the usual. Obviously, DeKalb had the most statewide.
It is the first citizenship review in the state's history, dating back to 1997, with nearly 70% of violators in Metro Atlanta.
I believe that only American citizens should be voting in our elections, and that's why I'm the first Secretary of State to conduct a full citizenship audit of our entire voter rolls. I'm the first to call on the General Assembly to pass a constitutional amendment for citizens-only voting here in the state of Georgia.
The Secretary of State says violators could face up to 10 years in prison or a $100,000 fine.
We're going to be forwarding that to the local prosecuting attorneys. The DAs there, they can, make sure that they follow this through. Obviously, the GBI and the State Election Board also will be looking at this.
The Secretary of State says there are several checks in place to ensure that when someone registers to vote, that they are indeed Georgia residents and U.S. citizens.
As it relates to absentee voting, we believe that the photo ID, making a copy of it, sending that in with your application, is really going to add security. It also adds confidence.
Archit Seshadri, WSAV News 3 on your side.
And Raffensperger also says you will need to have a valid photo ID, like a state-issued driver's license, to vote in person or absentee. The last day to register to vote for the May primary is April 25th, 2 weeks from today.